All right, with this set of notes, we're back into topic 6.2, and we're going to be looking at the division and Euclidean algorithms. We're also going to look at GCD and LCM, greatest common divisor, least common multiple, and we're going to look at relatively prime numbers as well. So I'm going to start with some definitions. These are already typed up, so I'm not going to rewrite them by hand. So greatest common divisor, well, hopefully you know this from your younger math days, but we're going to formally define it using our division notation. So the greatest common divisor of A and B, we use GDC of A comma B. So the way we find that is that if A is divisible by D and B is also divisible by D, then D is our greatest common divisor as long as if A and B are also divisible by some other number C, then it's smaller than D. If our GDC ends up being 1, then we say that our two numbers A and B are relatively prime. So when you were a child, you probably learned to find the GCD by listing all the divisors and then finding the one that was greatest. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Euclidean algorithm to find it. So this starts from Euclid's lemma, which says that if some number A is BQ plus R, so really what this is saying is that A divided by B is some quotient plus a remainder, then the GCD of AB is the same as the GCD of BR. So we're going to take this and expand on it to find the GCD. So the way that we do this is that we start with our first two numbers, and assuming that A is greater than B, we take A, divide by B, and get our first remainder. Then, basically, we're going to rotate positions. Take this B, divide it by the first remainder, and get the second remainder. We're going to keep doing this. So remainder 1, divide by remainder 2 to get remainder 3. We're going to keep going until we get a remainder of 0. Once we get the remainder of 0, the previous remainder is going to be our GCD. So let's look at this over here. So I want to find the GCD of 256 and 56. So I do 256 divide by 56. That's going to give me some number plus some remainder. So let's see, 256 divide by 56. I get 4. So 256 minus 56 times 4 gives me my remainder of 32. So this has remainder 32. Now I'm going to take 56 divided by 32. Well, I can see that that's going to be 1, so this leads to a remainder of 24. Now I'm going to do 32 divided by 24. This gives me a remainder of 8. 24 divided by 8 gives me a remainder of 0. So that must mean that the GCD of 256 and 56 is 8. If you look at the typed up notes, the way that I showed it over here was by writing it out fully. So rather than writing 256 divided by 56, I wrote that 256 is the same as 56 times 4, so here's my quotient, plus my remainder of 32. So now I express 56 in terms of 32. This is important for what we're going to look at next. So either way gives us our GCD, and we've got two different ways of expressing it.